Number 3, to clear things up, you might be a little confused because not everything's lined up. You do have 3 variables, A, B, and C. So what I would do is line everything up with each space for each letter. So the first equation, I want to put A plus B plus, there is no C, so I'm just going to leave a blank spot right here, equals 3, just to line them up. The B value on this one is negative B. The C value is positive C on the second one, and then you have the equals 3 again. And the third one, you have your A value. You don't have a B value, so you leave a blank spot, and you do have a 2C equals 10. So maybe I should have just left a blank spot right here. Okay, so now we're able to combine lines and get a variable to cancel, right? So which one would we like to cancel? The B's, that's right. So let's use equation 1 and 2. So if I did, I want to do this, should I do this? I want to rewrite it. I won't skip any steps. A plus B plus blank spot equals 3, combined with the second one, which is negative B plus C equals 3. If I combine these guys, the B's cancel. I'll have A plus C equals 6. And here's a new equation that only has 2 variables in it, yeah? Now this is what we call new equation number 1. Now, what's the goal here? To create another equation that doesn't have the B variable. And we want to use the equation we have not used yet. So we technically use this first one and the second one. We haven't used the third one. I need to use the third one, right? Now check out the third one. I need the B's to cancel. What could you tell me about the third one? It doesn't have B's. So it's already ready, is what I'm saying. Remember, your whole purpose of creating a new equation 1 and a new equation 2 is to get a new 2x2 system that only has 2 variables in it. Now this new equation number 1 has an A and a C. This equation number 3 that we haven't used yet also has an A and a C. It doesn't have a B. So technically, if I put this guy together and this guy together, I'm going to have a 2x2 system. Is that making sense? This one's so easy that some people might get confused. So 3 itself is my new equation number 2 for the system. So let's make a new 2x2 system. I'm going to put this one right here. It's going to say A plus C equals 6. And the other one's going to say A plus 2C equals 10. And now that's my new 2x2. I need to combine, cancel, and solve. So what do? Multiply by negative 2, that would work. How about multiplying by negative 1? It's even easier to cancel out A's, right? So check this out. I want to take the top equation and just multiply everything by negative 1. So that's just going to change the signs right away. And when I combine, the A's cancel. The 2C minus 1C becomes 1C. And the negative 6 plus 10 becomes 4. So we have C equals 4. I have one answer. What do I do to get my other answer? I need to plug it into the original 2x2 system, the 2x2 system that we have here. I'm just going to take this 4 and plug it into this C value right there. Or I could just say up here, whatever you want. So I want to go A plus 4 equals 6. That's A plus 4 equals 6. And of course you're going to subtract 4. That'll be A equals 2. So at this point you already have 2 answers. A is 2, C is 4. All you need is B. So go to an equation that has B in it. Maybe this top one. All you got to do is plug in the A value of 2 right up here. And you could see that 2 plus something gives you 3. What's the B value? It's 1. That's right. So there's your third value. B equals 1. Okay. Once again, all I did was I looked for an equation that actually had B in it. This one has B or this one has B. This one looks a little easier to work with, so I'm going to plug in the A value that I just found right here. 2 plus what is 3? 2 plus 1 is 3, so B has to be 1. The order triple would be 2, 1, 4. Taking a look at number 5. So let's number them. 1, 2, 3. What are we going to do? What variable do we want to cancel? Ladies and gentlemen, what variable do we want to cancel? G's, H's, or J's? J's. You know why? Because the second equation already does not have a J. Remember, your goal is to create a 2x2 system. Your goal is to get 2 equations that only have 2 variables. Now this one already has 2 variables. Does that make sense? So this is the one that we're going to be using when we create a 2x2 system. We're going to create a GH system. So I'm going to use equation 1 and 3 to cancel out this negative 8j with this positive 8j. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use 1 and 3. And now at this point, I just rewrote the 1 and the 3 right there. I am able to combine and cancel out those j's, right? But the h's also cancel, and even the 2g with the negative 2g also cancels. So does the 10 with the 5 cancel? No, I get 15. So ladies and gentlemen, I have 0 equals 15, and whenever something impossible happens, whether you're solving an equation or a system of equations, we know that the answer is that there is no answer, no solution. That's right. So you could do the no solution symbol, or you could write it out, no solution, or abbreviate, whatever. Let's take a look at number 10. Here we go, number 10. Let's number them. 1, 2, 3. And what do you guys want to cancel? X's, Y's, or Z's? I think Z's are best because they're the smallest values. So how are we going to start canceling Z's? Multiply the third equation by negative 2. That's great, because if I go by negative 2, that'll make it a positive 2. Then I'll be able to combine it with my first equation. So before I forget what I'm going to do, I want to say I'm going to take my third equation, I'm going to write down number 3, and multiply it by negative 2. I'm going to put a negative 2 times right in front of it. That's my notes, so I'll know what I'm doing so I don't get lost. And then we said the whole purpose of multiplying it by negative 2 was to be able to combine it with equation 1. So right below it, I'm going to put equation 1 right below it. So these are my notes to myself so I know what I'm doing. So I need to multiply that third equation by negative 2, and I'm going to get a negative 4x. Negative 2 times 2 is positive, or actually negative 4y. And the negative z times negative 2 is positive 2z. Equals negative 8. You guys with me? Now number 1, we're going to leave it the same. 4x plus 4y minus 2z equals 8. And now we're ready to combine. We wanted to cancel out z's. They did cancel. But then again, wait a minute. This cancels, and the negative 8 and the 8 cancels. Now what does that mean? That 0 equals 0. Now if you're solving an equation or a system, whenever you end up with something that's always true, like 0 equals 0, what is it? Infinitely many solutions. All right? So that's our answer. Infinitely many solutions. I'll let you abbreviate.